Alright, now we are going to make a table for the bedroom. I actually did this clip a little bit ago and my dumbass forgot to turn Blender viewing on and my webcam on. So now I have to redo it and make sure, because I think it's all set. I hope. Alright, yeah, I think it's all set. But anyways, my dumbass forgot to turn the viewing camera on for Blender and my camera on. So now I'm redoing it, but this table that we made over here wasn't too difficult to make anyways, and we also made a lamp, or well, I made a lamp and a light for the lamp. So we're going to go ahead and do that again. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a cube, and we're going to do this. You can do it the same way as you did everything else, where you cut it all out. But I don't think we're going to really waste our time with cutting it all out on this one. Like on future houses, we'll probably make everything a little bit more texture, or looking nice with the textures and all that stuff. But this one we're not really going to do it. We're just going to make this one about the size of the bed, not the size of the bed, but about the size of, or the height of the bed, kind of. There you go. We want to bring this back too, because it's kind of inside of the wall. There you go. Alright, so that will be our table. So I want to make sure it's the right size and everything. Okay, I think that looks good. Now I'm going to bring this up. And on the last video also, or whatever, I also went through everything and I combined everything with what needs to be combined. For instance, I combined, I want to see something. Okay, yeah, I combined the bed with all the stuff on the bed, and then I combined the entertainment center with the maybe I didn't do it with the entertainment. No, I think it was the table. Yeah, I combined the table with the legs and all that stuff to kind of make it more organized. To go through and do all that stuff. I also tried to combine the blanket with the bed, but it did not work. So the blanket and the bed are separate. But I was thinking last night that maybe the reason why it's not working is I'm going to try something. Maybe if I apply this collision and apply this cloth and then combine them together like that. We want to do the blanket first though, because we want to combine it with the blanket so it has the cloth. Oh wait, maybe we don't. Let me see. Let's try this. Maybe we don't need to do it. Let's see. Control J. So it actually worked. I can actually. Okay, wow, that's why it wasn't working. Okay, so I needed because I combined the on the other video. I did combine the not combine, but I did apply the cloth setting, but I didn't apply the collision setting. And whenever I'd move the bed like this, the cloth would look all weird. So I guess you have to apply the cloth or the cloth on the blanket and then the collision on the bed for it to work like that. But anyway, so that's a new thing I figured out. So I guess we can combine those together too. So just make sure you apply the two modifiers and then you can combine them. You could also do a pillow on this. We'll probably do that on a future video. But anyways, let's go ahead and get back to this table. But there we have the table. So now I'm gonna make sure we're down in the carvers. We don't need. What's this carver? Okay, we can get rid of that carver. We don't need that. That's one of those big carvers. What carver is this? Don't need that. We'll get rid of that. The door carver, roof cutout, wall carver, wall cutout, and then window carver. We're going to keep those just in case. We probably might use the same project to make another house, and I'll just resave it as something else and delete this house, but we'll keep the cutouts, so we have all the cutouts set up, which is cool because we have the wall cutout, which is already sized to the wall. So if we come back in here and we make a different house in this one thing, it should, on the same project, it should already pretty much be resized to the way we want it, so we don't have to do all that resizing crap again. So that will be nice if we just keep on using this same project. And then once you create a new project, all you do is, instead of saving it under small house, because then you overwrite your small house, you just come up, save as, and then save as a new project, and then you'll have a new house. So that's what we'll end up doing with this, so we don't have to keep on resizing after every single house we build. Because you have to resize every house to make sure the sizing was good, and then it's kind of pain in the ass. Except for buildings, will be a little bit, or not buildings, but like, well, I guess buildings, like big buildings, like stores or whatever, they might be a little bit different because those walls are going to be bigger because their floors are bigger or whatever than a regular house. So we'll have to make another wall cutout for store buildings and stuff like that later. But that'll be later once we actually get into making big buildings. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. Go ahead and add a mesh. We'll do a cube. We'll bring this over, turn off snapping. We want to try to get this as centered as possible. I wish there was a way to get it perfectly centered. I don't know if there's a way to do that. And I mean, you could do snapping and then do center snapping, but it doesn't, you see, it snaps to that center. So I don't know. So to closest, take off snapping. It'll try to get actually what we no, screw through this. Try to get as centered as possible. And these right here will be your legs and then your tabletop. So go to edit mode and decide on how big you want your legs to be, how wide you want them to be. So we're gonna do maybe like that because we don't need the legs to be too wide. Let's get it over a little bit more. The top shelf might need to be a little bit thicker maybe, so we'll do it down a little bit. And the bottom shelf the bottom part doesn't need to be too thick, so we're gonna do that. And now we're gonna go to object mode and we're gonna do the same thing, bring this over. To this one we don't have to really get centered because this one we're just gonna go to edit mode. We're gonna bring it out like that and bring it out like that. Then we go back to object mode. And then we're going to shift D to duplicate, rotate on the Z 90 degrees, flip over here to this side, and now we want to try to get it centered again. The up and down should already be good. We just need to try to get it centered on the left and right as much as you can. I think that looks pretty good. If you wanted to, you could also put something up here, and you can do the same thing as you did with this table and put a glass on top of it if you want to. I don't think we're going to do that on this one, but that's just an option you could do. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and take this, and then Control J and combine those together, and then we're going to grab that square, add a modifier, boolean. We're going to grab that and go to self, I think, and then we're going to go ahead and turn off. Where are all those cubes on the carver? Turn that cube off, and there you go. There we have our table. You can also, if you wanted to, you could also put another thing down here to make it kind of go up a little bit. If you wanted this to have kind of like an opening right here, whatever they look kind of like go up or whatever. That's another option. We're probably not going to do that because we'll have to add another cube in there, and I don't want to do that right now. I just want to get this house done so we can move on to our next project. But anyways, there is our table. Go back to the collection. We're going to go ahead and add the boolean. And now we can move this down to our house. And now there is our table. I'm going to take snapping off. I'm going to scoot it a little bit closer to the bed. And there you go. So I still want to work on the cloth because I just kind of rushed the cloth. The next time we might just do a separate video on the cloth alone to kind of experiment with what we can do instead of doing it with the bed. But I wanted the cloth to be more down and not all sticking out like that, but I was kind of in a rush. So on the next bed we will, like I said, we'll probably end up doing a cloth video separately so we can just spend the whole video messing with the cloth and finding a good look on it. But anyways, so there is the table. Now we need to make a light or a lamp. And I think on the next one too, I might actually cut it up into smaller clips also on the next one. And for instance, like this table right here, I'll probably just consider this table one small clip. Instead of adding the lamp on top of it or whatever, I'll just consider this right here one small clip already. But we're going to go ahead and add a lamp on this one and then the light bulb to the lamp. So we're going to go ahead and turn the walls off so I can actually see the lamp or see the table. And then we're going to add a cylinder. I'm going to bring this over. Turn snapping on, bring it over, we're going to snap it down. Bring that over about there. So now, let's get this a bit smaller, get it snapping off, get it close to the center as possible. And now, we might end up shrink. Well, I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna cut this down first and see how the lamp looks, and then we'll decide if we want to shrink it or not. We can go to edit mode, and then we can do Control R, and we are just going to do a bunch of cuts. Now, this part right here is going to take a little bit because we're going to need to grab all of these faces, or all those not faces, all of those lines. Not these lines. Make sure you don't grab these lines. You just want the straight lines that go around the cylinder, and then you want to scale it in like that. That'll probably be it. About the light ball or the base. It's going to be too much. It's going to grab another line. I don't want to grab the other lines. Bring it in. Bring it in. We're just going to try to get it all around the same size now, and then we're going to kind of shape it out a little bit as we get it all zoomed in. Who knows? Maybe if I just all zoom it in like this, maybe it'll look pretty good when I'm done. We kind of want to make it like have a like kind of a rounded body in a way. But we will see how this looks when we get all of these in. Actually, I want it out a little bit. If I was on CapCut, because I'm not gonna be, I'll probably end up putting this video, this clip on YouTube, or all my clips on YouTube also. But on CapCut, if this is on CapCut, I could just speed up this part to where you don't have to watch me bring all that stuff in. But I don't know if there is a way to do that, because I know there's a way to cut on Twitch clips, but I don't know if there's a way to add a speed multiplier to certain spots. Well, if when I put this on YouTube, I don't know. We'll see. I might make this speed up on CapCut. Oops. See how I just accidentally grabbed all the faces? You don't want to do that. Got an itch on my finger. And there you go. And this one we want to kind of bring down a little bit more, because this is where our pole that our lamp is going to come out on, our light thing is going to come out on. We're going to kind of try to fix this now. So we're going to take this piece right there. We're going to scale it out a little bit. Actually, no, this one is the one that needs to be scaled out too. Scale that one out a little bit. We'll grab this one. We'll scale this one out a little bit. We'll grab this one and scale this one back out. See, scale this just a tiny bit. Scale this just a tiny bit. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of bring these down a little bit. Alright, that don't look too bad. You could also bring it in to edit mode. If you wanted to go to face, do a subdivide, go to 2, go back to sculpt mode, and you can also do this to smooth it out a little bit, but you want to be careful with that because you might smooth it out too much. I'm going to turn the strength down to like point, a little bit higher than that. A little bit higher. There you go. See, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna be careful with the top part still, though. Anyway, it's gonna go back. I don't really want to do that right now. Might do some more sculpting on the next video. Go back. You don't want it that many. We don't want that much geometry to that right now. And then there is our lamp. And it's in the, right here. Cause I'm gonna go back to edit real quick. Edges. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna scoot this out some more because this is where our lighting is gonna connect. Right, there you go. Now we're going to get a couple poles. We're gonna bring in another cylinder. We're gonna bring this over here. We're gonna scale this down a lot, not like a lot, well maybe kind of a lot. We want this big enough to just fit right in there. Right there. I'm debating if that's big enough or if that's too big. We'll bring this up to right about there. Scale it up. Hold on. Object mode, scale it down a little bit more. Bring it down like that. Go to edit mode. Bring it up. There you go. Just like a little bit better. I don't want it too big and I don't want it too small. It might actually be too small though. Right there. Let's go Shift D. Scoot this over here. And highlight both of these and then Shift D, rotate on the Z 90 degrees. Yeah, I'm debating. I think I could still make them a little bit skinnier, maybe. Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit skinnier. Edit, undo, edit, undo, edit, undo. Oops, that's on my edit, undo, edit, undo, edit, undo. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and go scale it down to a little bit skinnier. Go to edit, bring it up. Object, Shift D. I'm gonna bring this over here like that. And we have this and Shift D, rotate on the Z 90 degrees. There you go. That looks a little bit better because now it's not as big. And then I can come up here, go to add a UV sphere. I'm gonna bring it over. Go to edit mode. We're gonna cut out all of these faces. Go to object mode. We're gonna bring this down to about there. Take off snapping. Try to get this in the center as much as possible. I'm gonna bring this over like that. And then we're going to scale it down. Turn that on so I can see it better. I think I can see it better that way. Yeah, okay. There, and then we're going to go to modification, add a solidification, and we're going to take off X-ray, and we're going to bring up the solidification a little bit. Take off snapping, and bring this up a tad. And we could just make this right here, put a light that goes all the way up, just kind of like a long light, like a not a basic light bulb that you normally see. Or we can have a thing that sticks up and then put the light bulb up the top. We'll see. I'm gonna go and color this right here. Change this color. We're gonna go ahead and actually apply it. And we're going to change this color to glass. Actually, no. Call this lampshade, because we're going to do lampshade's going to be a different color than straight glass. Then we're going to do this metal. To metal, that, and that. Control J. You could also make the lampshade a little bit bigger. So you could also make the lamp. Let me see. We're gonna go ahead and scale this up, make it a little bit bigger, and we're just gonna put the lampshade in it like that. No, that won't work. Just because it's a little bit bigger, not as much. There you go. Okay, so we could do that. Making the lampshade down a little bit. That actually does look better, though. I do like that. Yeah, that does look a lot better. I like that. And then we're going to go ahead and go to this, add a new color. And we're going to color this, add a new color. And we're going to call this lamp. And we'll just color out that for now. And we got this, we can color this wood. We might need to change some of these colors around though, because like I said in the previous video, I don't know if all these woods are going to look good together. So we might need to add different kinds of wood, because this is going to be wood, this is going to be wood, that's going to be wood, that's going to be wood, and that's going to be wood. It's all going to be the same wood. So I don't know if we want all the same wood or if we want to make it to different kinds of wood. So we'll see how it looks once we get it done. But anyways, I think that's actually the lamp, and I think we actually did it. I think I actually did it faster than I did on the last video that I had to restart, or that I forgot to turn my camera on. And it even looks better because the lamp shade didn't look this good, and I just kind of threw the lamp together. I mean, I threw this lamp together too, but I kind of straightened out the things a little bit, and I think it actually looks kind of decent. And then we have the table down here. We could also put stuff on this table if we wanted to, or you can even use this table as a little storage container to where you can gather whatever, pick up stuff, or you can go put stuff in there. Well, I don't know. Just different things. But anyways, let me see here. Is there anything else I want to do? Oh, my eye itches. Is there anything else I want to do on this video? I think next we might be moving on to the kitchen so we can get the refrigerator and all that stuff made. And I think that is all. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and bring this in real quick because I always like to do a size and texture test, which I don't know if we really do a texture test, but I'd like to do a size and a texture test after I finish an item. Go to Object, Export, FBX, and go back to that folder, turn everything back on, and then export. Now we'll go back to Unity, delete that house, come back up here, open up video editing, Streamlabs, come on, Blender, exports, and small house. Oh, we've got to make a light bulb too. I was actually going to do, we'll do that real quick. A light bulb won't take very long at all to make. We'll make a light bulb real quick for our lamp. Sorry about that. But anyways, let's go ahead and do a quick walk up to it and see how it looks. Let's see how the texture of our table looks real quick too. Where is it? Small house. The inside of the table looks a little stretched, but the outside looks good. I still want to figure out how to fix these parts. That, like, this part doesn't look too bad, but this part looks a little stretched. I don't get it because we cut this too. I need to figure out a technique or the reason why it crunches them like that when you cut them. I don't know why it does that. I thought I made it before where I made a cut and it was a perfect cut and it didn't crunch it up like that. But anyways, we'll figure that out some other time. I'm gonna go ahead and go make the light for the lamp. I'm gonna turn the walls back off. Actually, I forgot to walk up to the lamp. Do a little size test. Forgot about that. Oh no. I might. The bed seems kind of big too. I might actually. I wonder if I can go like this. Let's see if I can just do this. Go back to Blender. We're gonna grab the bed. I think all the bed is combined together, so we're gonna scale the whole bed down. I'm gonna snap that. Actually, I want to snap it there because that will be inside the wall. We want to put the wall back on first. Then we want to snap it to the wall, and then the table. We'll also scale that down. Let's go here. Turn the walls off. I forgot to put the table back on the bed back on the floor. There you go. Now we're going to scale this down. grab this, and we're gonna move this down right there. So this in the middle. We're also gonna scale this down a little bit. There you go. That should be a better size. We're gonna go and do another size test after I get the light bulb made. So we're gonna go ahead and bring in another. Let me actually turn this off for a minute. And then we're going to go to add another sphere, or not sphere, cylinder. Bring this cylinder over, bring it over here, and we're going to scale it all the way down. And scale it all the way down. Try to fit it, turn snapping off. I'm going to get it in the middle as much as possible. I'm going to scale it up a tad. I'm going to bring this down, put snapping on. I'm going to snap this to that. Then we'll go to edit mode, and we're going to bring this up, X-ray. We're going to bring this up just a little bit, maybe right about there. And then we're going to go Control R, and we're going to add some cuts. We don't need to add too many cuts on this. I just kind of want to bring it down a little bit. Do that there. We'll scale that down a little bit. Scale that down a little bit. Scale that down a little bit. Looks like a little rocket. But we'll put that, and then we'll add another mesh. And we're going to do another cylinder. I'm going to bring this one over here. We're going to scale this one down quite a bit. Bring it down, go to edit mode, Control R. Gonna put some cuts into this. Now we're gonna try to see if we can make this to a light bulb. I'm gonna start from the top. Oops, let's rotate. Scale it all the way down because the top needs to be rounded. This scale down. Oops, we have too much. Might not be that even. We'll see. Oops. Oops. We might need to re-edit some of it a little bit, some of the spots. I kind of want to make it as round as possible, but it kind of messed up some spots up top. And this comes down. The last three should be pretty close to the same. And the last four, whatever you want to do. Now let's see here. Grab this one, scale it in a tad. Grab this one, scale it in a little bit. Grab this one, scale it out a little bit. Grab this one, scale it out a little bit. Alright, now we're going to grab this, go to object mode, we're going to bring this over here. I'm going to bring this down, and we're going to scale this way down. We're going to go to top view, and we're going to bring this, turn off snapping. I'm going to bring this in the center as possible. And we're going to bring it down. Alright. Probably bring this up a little bit. We're going to actually color this metal. And then we're going to color this. Well, the thing with this is we're just going to go ahead and go to edit mode on this and go to actually go over here. We're going to add root. Root, and then add, and we're going to do this one glass. And then we're going to go to X-ray mode. We've got X-ray mode already. Go to faces, and we're going to grab all of these faces and turn those glass. Then this down here, there'll be some kind. That's normally, I think, I want to say bronze or brass, but we'll just go ahead and do metal. And there you go. Now we can turn, where's it at? Where is the lampshade? There it is. Okay, so now we can grab this and this. We're going to do Control J to add those together. Oh, I thought I had two, I had one. Control, and we can do the lampshade too. Control J to add those together. Probably can add the light bulb to it too if we wanted to. Then we're going to add this and this. And we're going to Control J to add those together. And we're going to come up here and we're going to label this lamp. And we're going to actually go and take the light bulb too, put that inside the lamp. And there you go. Now we have a lamp. We're going to go down here and label this to, dang it, bedroom table. Bedroom table. You know, South Park. It's like, welcome to the, put that on the tabla. Let's go what episode that was. It was the one where, that's right, it was the one where freaking Stan's trying to get rid of the margarita maker that his dad bought. Okay, I think it was that one, wasn't it? I think it was. But anyways, I think that is it for the table and the lamp. We actually grab this and this now. And we can move these into the house. And there you go. our bedroom is looking nice. You can do more to it. You can add a dresser if you want to, even an openable dresser, whatever you want to, an active dresser that you can put drawers in, and then you just hit a button to open up. You can even set it up to where you can open up. I can set up a UI. I can make a dresser, and then I can set up a UI to where you go activate the dresser, and then a UI would pop up, and you would have to pick which button, hit a button on which dresser you want to open. Maybe if it's the top or the top, bottom, middle, whatever. But anyways, that'll be something for future video. But now we need to do the kitchen and the bathroom, which the bathroom is going to be a bitch and a half. Because I cannot, actually I've been kind of thinking of ways I might be able to get it. We're going to see, but I've been kind of thinking of ways to make the toilet, but we'll get to that after we're done with the kitchen. But anyways, I will see you on the next clip.